morning, everyone. While we're waiting for everyone to get in and get settled, now's a good time to grab anything you need to get comfortable. Maybe that's a glass of water, a cup of tea or coffee. Also, if you have items at home with you and you'd like to smudge with us, it's a great time to grab those items as well. As we begin to ignite the healing within. Relatives, if you don't have smudge at home, that's okay. We're going to send some cleansing and healing energy your way. It's a new day. It's our time to start again. We can start over every sunrise. Aloha, kakahiaka. Hello and good morning. My name is Malia and I'm a community healer at the HIR Wellness Institute. We are a nonprofit organization that focuses on the mental health and wellness of our relatives of Turtle Island, as well as other underserved communities and also victims of crime. You can join us here every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. We will always breathe, stretch, explore ways of integrating self-care and wellness into our daily lives. And we will always honor our cultural traditions, our customs, our ancestry, our strength, and our resilience. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our HIR Wellness team member that is here with us. We have one of our counseling interns, Odessa Peters. Good morning, Odessa. How are you doing? Glad to see you. So when you see the HIR Wellness Institute commenting, that is Odessa. She is here to interact with you as well as myself. So relatives, if you're new to this page or if you've been visiting since the beginning of them and anything in between, I want you to know that you're welcome here. We're happy to have you here as we together practice what our founder and CEO has coined as community activated medicine. Right here, right now is good medicine. The people are the medicine. So feel free to comment with us or just sit and be with us. If you want to comment, you're new to the page, just like and follow. Keeps us safe from spam and all those other unpleasant virtual things that can happen. I'm happy you're here too, Odessa. Thank you very much. I want to do a check-in and see how everyone's doing. And if you want to comment in the comment box, that's awesome. Let's talk about it. I can read it out loud. We can communicate with each other in that way. But if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay too. But let's take a moment right now to just take a scan through our minds, our hearts, maybe even just through our bodies to see if we're feeling anything, any tension anywhere. Maybe there's some things that are weighing on our mind today. How you doing, everyone? I'm doing good today. Really good. I can feel the fall in the air. You know that transition where all of a sudden you wake up in the morning or you're about to go to sleep at night and you just kind of feel that bite in the air, that presence of fall. I love it. It's bittersweet though. because that means right around the corner we have the next season. Fall's my favorite, so I'll savor it as we transition. But how am I doing today? I'm doing good. And I also want to shout out to my mom. It is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. I'll spend some time with her later today. Happy birthday to my mom, Sandy Chow. And for our relatives who aren't doing okay today, I will always, always remind you that it is okay not to be okay. If that's where you're at, if that's how you feel, if that's authentically where you're feeling today, that is perfectly okay. But if you aren't feeling okay, there's a lot of things that we can do. Being right here, right now, reflecting on our lives, on our path, and our journey is a great place to be. But I also encourage you, if you're not doing okay, to reach out to someone that you trust and someone you can talk to. Maybe it's a family member or a friend, or even a coworker. Someone that you trust, where you can tell them about how you're feeling. You can talk to them about what's going on. And you can also call our Cares Warm Line, which is open every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can call or you can text our Cares Warm Line, and you'll get a response back from one of our Cares counselors within 24 hours. Our Cares counselors will listen to you with respect, honor, and dignity, and with no stigma. We understand that on the journey of life, in the journey of life, all of us need help and support at some time. You can talk about what's worrying you or what's on your mind, and they will provide you with emotional support. And they can also provide you with resources that may be helpful for you. So relatives, you are not alone. I know sometimes it feels that way, but it is not the truth. Sometimes our minds tell us things that aren't true. And I want to remind you that being alone is one of those things, because you can always reach out to the Cares Warm Line. And other things you can do too to practice self-care and wellness. The options are limited. There's so much that we can do. And the beauty of it is it is your choice. It is on your time, on your watch. Your watch. You decide when, you decide how. You are the master to be able to do that. And when you are unsure and when you are uncertain, that's when we reach out to our relatives. And by relatives, I mean all beings in our lives, within our scope. Right here on this video, people that you trust. Because sometimes that path and journey of self-care and wellness looks like this. Sometimes it looks like a dip, an ebb and flow, just like the ocean or mountains and valleys. Sometimes we have to stop and take respite, take inventory of where we're at. Sometimes we just need to marinate on what's going on so that we can really take a moment of stillness to reflect on where we want to go. And sometimes on that path, we may be crawling or walking, and next thing you know, you slip back 10 steps, 10 feet. And that's okay, relatives. That's okay. There is no time limit. So long as that we have the intentions of moving towards what serves our highest good. Good morning, Barbara. Barbara's one of our directors, originally one of our very first board members, the president of the board. Excellent to see you, Barbara, and thanks for wishing my mom happy birthday today. Terrell, so good to see you. Happy Friday. Aloha Friday. In Hawaii today, well, I don't know about now because of the strangeness of 2020, but typically every Friday in Hawaii, fireworks at sunset, music concerts everywhere, always an art festival, movie on the beach. Aloha Friday. We even have a song, right? Don Ho wrote it. It's Aloha Friday, no work till Monday. I miss my home. All right, relatives. Let's get into some of our things. One of it is our teas. Every week we feature a different tea. Today, or this week, it's been green tea. I'm drinking my Ache Away. It's caffeinated. Just remember, green tea is caffeinated. I steamed it. You do not want to boil green tea. Do not boil green tea because it not only changes the flavor, which makes it taste horribly bitter and murky and cloudy, but it also kills some of those really important benefits that are in, the makeup of the tea. So you really want to make sure only steam it, steep it for 3 minutes. This tea is from Fava. It's Ache Away tea because there's other things in it, not only green tea, but also peppermint, bits of citrus, rose hips. Here it is brewed. I'm drinking it cold today. I brewed a bunch of it yesterday. I don't mind a cold glass of tea. Well, at least not today. Some days I mind, but this is brewed nice and rich. And again, it's cold. Normally I drink it hot. Sometimes I don't. Also really happy to say, Leah, good morning. Our founder and CEO, Leah, is here wishing my mom a happy birthday. Leah, how are you doing? Really fortunate to have Leah here. She is one of the hardest workers that I know, one of the most innovative people I know, and one of the most passionate and caring people I know. Leah, I know you're working nonstop. So thank you for taking a moment to be here with us. And Colleen, Watstatsili to you too. Good morning. I hope I pronounced that right. How you doing, Colleen? How you doing, Terrell? How you doing, Leah and Barbara? And everyone out there, let us know. Relative, the benefits of green tea are absolutely outstanding. I want to say that for any of the natural things that we use in our daily lives, teas, medicines, supplements, essential oils, this is a reminder that the Creator gave us some very powerful medicines. So always check with a healthcare provider that you trust, your physician or doctor. Talk to them first before you try anything, particularly if you're on medications. Before we get into our deep breathing, also our essential oil of the week, Deep Blue is what we're featuring. The rub here is just how I have it at home. So here it is right here. The main ingredients, the active ingredients are wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, and today I'll highlight another one of the ingredients in this blend of oils, eucalyptus. And so all of these oils that I mentioned today are those oils that are like minty, right? They have that icy hot feel to them. And eucalyptus, let's talk about it, and then we'll get into our deep breathing. I always go to healthline.com if I'm doing a quick search of any of the natural medicines that I'm using, teas, essential oils. The reason I like healthline.com is because all of the articles are written by medical professionals and reviewed by a second set of eyes, a second medical professional. I also like that everything that they put on their website has research connected to it. So you can see the research right there on it, which to me is a great start. But again, nothing is a substitute for your healthcare provider and professional. Anyways, 7 impressive benefits of eucalyptus. I'll make them quick too, and you can read more if you decide that you want to look into it. It's high in antioxidants, and although you can't eat eucalyptus leaves fresh, you can turn the dried leaves into tea. You cannot eat fresh eucalyptus, but you can have tea with the dried leaves. It can relieve cold symptoms and also treat dry skin. And as well, it can be used as a pain reducer. It also promotes relaxation. And it makes me think of all those koalas who move so slowly, who eat eucalyptus. That's what they eat. And it's also good for the teeth. As well, it can act as a natural insect repellent. And I'm sure there's many more benefits to eucalyptus, but these are some. Danielle, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Colleen says, good for not being able to hear anyone say it. Thank you, Colleen. Danielle says, miigwech for sharing medicines. Danielle, we always will. And for our relatives out there, if you're one of those people who you have some ancestral teaching or your own wisdom or knowledge, not just about, natural medicines, but even cultural medicine, your own insight on things, share them. This is community activated medicine. We're healing together. We're helping together. We're leading into each other. Odessa says she loves eucalyptus. That's awesome. I did not know that, Odessa. My mom loves it too. And again, mom's birthday today. And good morning to you, Danielle. Thank you so much for being here. So let's get into another one of our medicines, deep breathing, relatives. What's deep breathing good for? Danielle says, you are medicine. So are you, Danielle. Thank you for recognizing. You are too. Truly. Truly you are. Colleen, you are. Terrell, you are. Leah, Barbara, Odessa. Community activated medicines means that you are the medicine, means I am the medicine. That also means within our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, we have within us the ability to do our own part of our healing. And we have within us the ability to walk with others and have others lean onto us as we can lean onto them when we need them. So back to deep breathing. Good medicine. Today we're going to breathe in through the count of 4 through the nose, and we're going to exhale for the count of 6 through the mouth. And as we do that, as we breathe in, our belly's going to expand, and I want you to scan the body or scan the mind. Where are you feeling heaviness? Where might you be feeling pain and discomfort? And bring in that healing energy and allow it to work towards those thoughts or feelings. Allow it to help dissolve those feelings. And then we're going to exhale out any discomfort, any thoughts or feelings that aren't serving us with the count of 6. Colleen says, we are the medicine. Yes, we are. And back at you, Leah. We have our feet on the floor. At least I do. And I'm going to rest my hands gently in my lap. But you can sit, lay, or recline however you want. This is about you and trusting what you need. I'm going to close my eyes, but that's optional too. And when we breathe, it allows us to take our mind. Our Western minds do this. They get overreactive. It allows us to still those thoughts, brings us to our center, dissolves that worry, and grounds us. And in those moments of quiet and silence and reflection, our spirit in that stillness allows itself to be present. We can feel it. and it expands in light. And that is very powerful. So here we go, relatives. Deep inhale through the nose, bring in that healing energy. And exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. Releasing. Inhale, bring in that healing energy. And exhale. Let's continue to breathe as we roll out those shoulders. I start with the shoulder roll because we hold a lot of tension here. Let's let it go. Deep inhale, arms out. Do you ever not yawn during that stretch? Every time. Let it out. We're going to bring the arm across, stretching out the shoulder and upper back, rolling that wrist. Inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. Extending that arm out in front, pushing down in the fingertips. This is a forearm and wrist stretch. Hey, if you don't like that, relatives, it's all good. Stretch the wrists or choose your own stretch. These are all just guidelines. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. Do what you do. Clasp those fingers, palms out. Exhale and reach up, palms towards the ceiling. I love this stretch too. And as we go from side to center, you can stretch your side here. You might also hear like a little crackle or pop. It's okay to hear it. If it feels good, great. If it doesn't feel good, pick something else. Deep inhale, other elbow. Finish with that neck stretch, side to center. Oh, that feels so good. And let's double tap the ear towards the shoulder. And let's roll that chin. Shoulder to shoulder. And looking down gently towards our lap. And up. Last stretch. Up towards the ceiling. How'd that feel, relatives? Every time that we meet, I always share a piece of my ancestral teachings. Keala Okumahina, or the Native Hawaiian lunar calendar, is part of the way that I practice my self-care. And I share it with you, the moon phase that we're in according to my ancestral teachings, not because it's the only way or it's the right way. There is no right way. The right way is your way, the way that you connect to who it is that you are and what serves you. The moon means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to Leah too. And for many of our Indigenous people. So if what I share with you, it serves you in any way, that's why I gift it to you. If not, that's okay. And if you want to share your teachings, do. Please do. We honor that here. The moon phase that we're in today is the third day of the moon. We had a new moon on, Tuesday was a new moon. Yesterday was the second day of the moon. Today is the third day of the moon. We're in a very beautiful phase of the moon. Well, they're always beautiful, but we're in the moon of Kukahi. Ku is one of our four major Hawaiian gods, the god of perseverance, a god of being steadfast, a god of when we're talking about medicine, Because sometimes, you know, self-care and wellness can be really relaxing, like breathing or stretching or going outside and soaking in sunlight. But the moon that we're in right now, in the first day of Ku, sometimes good medicine is a little bit more difficult. Sometimes it's like going to the dentist when you know you should and you just don't want to, but you finally pick up the phone and make that call. Or making that doctor's appointment that you just haven't had the courage, you just haven't been ready yet to do that. We're in those moons today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. This whole weekend, we're in those moons. It's an awesome time to go fishing. It's even a good time to plant. Well, in Wisconsin, I think we're kind of done with the planting, but if you're in a region where you can plant, it's a good time for sweet potatoes, root vegetables and tubers, and even fruit trees. But if you're not a fisherman or gardener, we as Indigenous people, we attained our knowledge and teachings and our wisdom, right, from Mother Earth, from Father Sky. So if you're not a fisherman or a gardener, but knowing that it's good days for that, also know the way that translates to us in our self-care is that in these 3 moons of Ku, go for it. Put it, if you need it, if you have something you need that needs finishing, if you have a goal that you know you need to just take it a little bit harder, a little bit deeper, or one of those difficult things that you're like, nah, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. You have literally the sun, moon, and stars supporting you this weekend. So if you're ready, even if you might be a little bit worried or nervous or scared about the unknown or about putting that energy out there, I know what that feels like, but also know that it's a good time, at least according to my ancestral teachings. This is why the positive affirmations I want to share today are affirmations about keeping on. We got to keep on, right? Some days are awesome, some days suck. Quite literally. It's just like, some days we're doing good and some days we're not doing so good. That's going to ebb and flow always. That's part of the cycle. That's part of the balance. So affirmations to keep on going. These affirmations are by NaomiDahl.com. Naomi, Naomin, Dahl. NaomiNdahl.com. Quite literally, relatives, if you're not having a good day and you need to pick me up, Google positive affirmations for perseverance, for resilience, for exhaustion, for encouragement, whatever you need, Google it. That's an awesome immediate way for our self-care. So here goes one. I awaken in the morning feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. I awaken in the morning feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. Is that where you're at today, relatives? In the cool moon? If you're not, that's okay. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week. Honor where you're at, wherever that is, because authenticity, honoring what we truly feel, that's a really, really good first step. Or not even a first step. It's always good. Because when we honor what we feel and need, then we know where we're going to go from there. Here's a good one. Friends do not judge me They approve of me and love me. Friends do not judge me. They approve of me and love me. How's that feel, relatives? And if you struggle with that one, if you're struggling with that one, because sometimes we may not always feel that way. An excellent thing to do if you're always like in doubt about those things of your relationships or friendships. Remind yourself of the beautiful things, the gifts, the blessings, the moments that your friends who aren't perfect, right? But who've met you where you are, who have been there for you to cry, who've been there for you to talk about your troubles. And take a moment to honor who they are and who they are as people, and maybe what they have done to show you that they love you. Or the resilience of your friendship if you've gone through things together that have tested that. And one more before we go. I matter, and I have a lot to offer this world. You matter. Hey, you matter. You, yes, you. And you have a lot to offer this world. The Creator gave every one of us gifts. And if you want to shout out what your gift is, that's awesome. Well, you have many gifts. If you want to shout out a couple, go for it. We will honor you right here, right now. Barbara says it's time to do fall planting. There are bulbs and medicines that should go in the ground so they can rest through the stress of winter, so they can come up in the spring. Thank you, Barbara. That's right, the bulbs and other medicines. Thank you for sharing that, Barbara. I have much to learn about gardening and our plant relatives. Love to learn more. Danielle Jordan says, so true. Cheryl says, I like that one. Friends, real friends. You know, I feel like I've, you know, those lifetime friends that you maybe have had for decades or lifetimes. I don't consider it a true friendship for me personally, unless we've gotten into some sort of argument or disagreement and worked through it. Because when you have your friends, you're vulnerable, right? You tell them things about you that show that you're weak, or not that you're weak, but you show your weaknesses. We all have them, right? And you trusted them to put that guard down and be like, this is me. It's kind of ugly, might feel a little weird, this part, but this is who I am. And your friend was like, you know what? Or other times you may have disagreements, but true friendship goes through that, right? And you come out stronger. The people who are there with us when we have that kind of mask of like safety around us, and if it slips off and they can see us, not only for the beauty that is behind that, but also the struggle that's behind it, the trauma that's behind it, the flaws that are behind it. So shout out to our friends. I want to say mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for joining in us this morning, relatives. You're all amazing. Thank you for being a part of this medicine. Barbara just said, for me, LOL, we're not real friends until we get into a little trouble together. I love that, Barbara. I think we all have one of those. The friends where you think, yeah, it caused trouble. Good times, right? Danielle says, I have the gift of people always thinking I work in stores where I shopped. Danielle, does that mean you're going to Target with a red shirt and khakis on? Because it's happened to me before. You made part of your gifts, Danielle, if we look at that a little bit more, is you probably have that feeling of your spirit probably gives off warmth and it probably gives off approachability. I have that uncanny ability myself. I'm that person where I'm walking down the street, like I'm the person where there's that like stranger who's going to ask me for change, or someone's going to ask me for directions, or that kind of thing. Like, Danielle, you probably just have that energy about you that is embracing of people. You probably have some of that natural healing ability in you that we all do, but maybe yours is just a little brighter. Because those kind of spirits of light, they attract things, right? They attract people. People gather towards that. Ma'alama pono I kokino, everyone. Take good care of your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit. Beauty of it is you get to choose what good care looks like. Maybe today it's taking a nap. Maybe today it's calling the dentist. You know what it is. I don't. There's one thing I do know, that always drinking a glass of water is one thing you can always do, and you can always deep breathe. Those are two things that I can guarantee for every single one of us. You can always do one of those two things. And of course, you can spend time with us every 8 a.m. Aloha nui, everyone. Big love to you all. Have a happy Aloha Friday. Before we go, there's a community survey linked right here to this video. Please take it. Please take it, everyone. Completely anonymous. It asks just a handful of questions, and it really helps us to do what we're most passionate about at the HIR Wellness Institute, which is to help you on your path and journey of mental health, wellness, and self-care. Ahui hoa kuno. Have a wonderful weekend, and aloha.